Looking for side hustle ideas to make money? Well, I've got you covered. Today, I'm actually going to be talking specifically about what to look for when you're trying to choose the perfect side hustle, okay? And I've built a lot of successful businesses. I've had plenty of ideas that have totally flopped as well. And so I want to go through with you, like, what should you look for when trying to choose that perfect side hustle so you can make a little extra cash in your spare time? Here's what this video is not. If you're searching right now for side hustle ideas and how to make money online, you're going to see a lot of videos that have a list of the 12 side hustles that you can use. And that's great for generating ideas, but how do you know which of those is the right one for you and is going to give you the best possible return? It's going to be the best option for you to make money. That's what we're talking about today. I'm going to go into my 3 characteristics, 3 things that you use to judge a perfect side hustle. We'll be doing that on the other side. Howdy and welcome to the Laptop Empires show. If this is your first time joining the channel, my name is Mike Yonda, one of the co-founders here at Laptop Empires, coming to you from my kitchen with my coffee, talking about side hustles, which is super appropriate because when you're looking for a good side hustle, you want something that you can do from absolutely anywhere. I do a lot of my work right here at the kitchen table with all my kiddos running around, but we got some quiet time right now, so we're recording this first video in our Facebook side hustle series, which is over the next few videos, we're going to be talking to you about what I believe to be one of the most profitable side hustles that's going to be available in 2020, Facebook ad management. We'll talk about that later, but today we're going to be talking about how you select a side hustle. Like, what things should you be looking for when you're making a decision? Because if you have watched those videos that are the big listicles with all the ideas, here's 12 side hustle ideas, blah, blah, blah. You know, when you search that on YouTube, you're going to see like 10 of those videos. So when you see those, how do you choose? Like, how do you find out the good side hustle ideas versus the bad ones? Because let's be honest, there are good options and there are bad options, right? And it's going to be different from every person, but I want to give you a framework to distinguish, like, what is going to be a good option for me. And I think that there's 3 big keys that we need to be looking at, and that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, so thing number 1, and this has got to be one of the most important ones in my book, is high earning potential. What is the point of doing a side hustle if it doesn't have high earning potential? There's a lot of things that you could be doing with your time. You could be binge watching shows on Netflix. I know my wife and I, we've been watching this show Yellowstone, and it is killer. Love it. So you could be spending time doing fun things like that. You could go visit some wineries and, you know, become a bougie wine person. You know, another thing I love to do. You could be hanging out with your kids. You can be building your business. And if you're going to spend the time doing something like building a business, which is work, instead of doing something fun, like doing a wine tasting or watching, you know, a show on, you know, Netflix or HBO or whatever, you need to make sure that it's worth it and that it pays off and that that time you're sacrificing with your family, your friends, your hobbies is going to pay for itself, right? So if you want to look for something that has high earning potential, and so that's like when I'm looking at side hustles, I want to know what are these ones that are going to be, you know, they're either going to have like a high ticket price, like it's a service, you know, when you see freelancing and stuff, a lot of times some of these freelancing gigs, you can do work that are going to have either a high retainer or a high hourly rate if you're getting paid by the hour. Stuff like that can be really good. Now, also, you can see that with info products, you know, if you're building a side hustle, if you have some sort of expertise and you're sharing it through info products, we do a lot of that here at Laptop Empires. That can be very lucrative. You just have to keep all of these other keys in mind that we're going to get to here in a second, because even though you know, the info products and other passive income ideas can be very lucrative and very high earning, they may require a lot more time investment or, you know, require other things to get it to where they're earning. They might not, you know, get there right away, which leads me to the next point, right? It needs to have high earning potential, but it needs to be something that you can start earning right away. Okay, I think that's really important. When you're choosing a side hustle, you want something that's going to pay off today. You don't want something that's going to pay off 3 years from now. Okay, and I want to give you a couple of examples on the spectrum, on different ends of the spectrum. So Bobby, my business partner, co-founder here at Laptop Empires, he's a professional blogger. He quite literally left his job as a high school band director when his blog had made $3, which he will say in hindsight wasn't the best decision ever. But it worked out for him. His blog is getting millions of viewers. He's earning tens of thousands of dollars every single month passively from his blog. It worked out really good. But he's been doing it for 5 years. And it takes years with a blog because you have to write all the content. It's got to rank on SEO. The traffic's got to come in. You got to monetize it with affiliates. You got to create your own products, whatever it may be. There's so many different ways to monetize a blog and things like that. But it's a long-term game. Great option, but if you're picking a side hustle right from the beginning and you want to start making money right away, that might not be the best option, right? On the flip side, we've got our good friends over at Flea Market Flippers that are teaching people how to take things from, the trash, a little bit of dumpster diving. You can go to a garage sale. You can go to an estate sale, an auction. You can go into the dollar store. Like, you can go get these items that are very low cost, maybe even free, and then you can flip them on eBay or Amazon or whatever, Craigslist, to earn a really good return. And I remember they sent out an email recently. They were talking about a flip where they bought a Nordic Track exercise machine for $40 at a garage sale, cleaned it up, polished it up, resold it for $300 on eBay. That's a really great return. And it's so simple. You can start it today. You can start making money today. I mentioned the bulk trash thing because we have a monthly bulk trash here, and I remember being with my in-laws when we were walking the dog, taking the kids on a walk with the dog, and bulk trash was out, and somebody had this chair, like a piece of furniture, and it was a little worn, but there was nothing really wrong with it. It was structurally sound. It was really nice, like solid wood, and they loaded it up in their truck, took it home, sanded it down, restained it, and sold it and made a really good profit on that. And it was free. It was someone's garbage. So when you're looking for a side hustle, there are things out there where you can start making money today, and so that's one of the characteristics you want to look for. So you're looking for two things so far. You want a high potential, earning potential, right? Whether it's high paying now or has the scalability to be high earning down the road. You want to make sure you can start making money quickly, that it's fairly easy to get started making money. The third thing you need to be looking for, and this probably shouldn't have been third, it probably should have been much earlier on, but you want to make sure that it's something that has a low time investment, right? High earning potential, low time investment. That's the sweet spot. That's what we're really looking for, because this is a side hustle, okay? If you're trying to make money on the side, you probably have a full-time job. You want to spend an hour in the evening. You want to spend an hour while the kids are napping. If you're a stay-at-home parent like I am, you want to spend some time, in the morning with your coffee, whatever. You're using these bits of spare time to make money. And so if you can find something where it's a low amount of work involved, a low time period involved, but it's high earning potential, and that can be really good. And that's one of the things we're talking about here. This series is called the Facebook Side Hustle Series because we're talking about teaching the concept of managing Facebook ads for local brick and mortar businesses, which is very high paying, $1,000 to $2,000 per month per client, right? Recurring. And it's a low time investment. It only takes a couple of hours per month. You post the ad on Facebook, you let it run, you just monitor it. It's pretty simple. So if you want to learn more about that, if you don't want to wait for all the videos, you can actually check out our free email course on how to do a Facebook side hustle. It's in the description. You can check that out and you can just jump ahead, and there's a bunch of video and written content that will help you start doing that so you can start making $1,000 to $2,000 in the next 30 days. But there are so many options, and this framework is really going to help you with whatever it is that you want to do as a side hustle. Just keep those things in mind: high paying, low time investment, and then something that you can get started fairly easy. If you have that framework and you're looking at every side hustle through that framework, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to make a decision, okay? There's a couple other little things I didn't really mention. We'll call these bonus things that you might want to consider. One is, how much of it is a trade of time for money. So for example, we just talked about low time investment. There's certain things it's a small amount of work, but it's highly valuable. Like the reason Facebook ads are like that is because people think it's really complicated, or these business owners are so busy growing their gym or their chiropractic practice or whatever it may be that they don't really have the time to focus on the marketing, and they know that there's such a high ROI in the ad spend that's this high value thing, and they'll pay a lot of money for someone with the expertise to come do that and save them that time and get them that huge ROI. So even though it is fairly simple and it's a low time investment, it's high paying, right? So when you are looking at other things though, like let's take Uber for an example. I think that's a really popular side hustle right now, but you're trading time for money, right? And so you have to look at that balance. Like, what is the time for money trade? Like, what is that worth, right? How much are you earning for that time that you're in the car, that you're driving people around? And then what are the hours you're doing it, right? Because you're going to see that there's going to be times that it's going to be better business than others. And so it might be in the nights and evenings. Now, I went to see a Texas A&M game. I went to school there, and we were taking Uber all over town to go to dinner and events and bars and all that kind of stuff. And this guy and the different people that were driving us around, it was like late at night and all this. And they were like, hey, this is the best time to do it. And so you got to think about, okay, even if it's good money, is the time right? Maybe the earning per hour, right? Maybe your hourly rate is good, but is the time of doing it good? Whereas if you're doing something more like freelancing or something digital, like on your computer, you can do it anywhere. You can do it at your kitchen table. You can do it in your bed. You can do it on your back porch. You can do it anywhere you want. You can go to a coffee shop, and you can do it whenever you want, whatever time you want. Nobody cares whether you're working at 2 a.m, you're working at noon, whether you're working at 5 a.m, whether you're working at 7 p.m. It's really up to you. So keep things like that in mind. And then the last one, and it's kind of tied to that, the time for money thing, is what is the scalability of the offer, right? Like how, that's one of those reasons that low time investment is so important, because right now it's a side hustle. Maybe down the road, you really want to turn it into a full-time business, or you really want to scale it and build something incredible that transforms your life and your family's life. You want to make sure your side hustle is something that can scale. And so then that takes us back to, like the blog, right? Like that thing can scale and it can get crazy. I know people that are doing, a $250,000 per month in profit off of a blog. It's absolutely insane. Or they're selling their blog for millions of dollars after they've built it up. And so there's some huge scalability there, even though it's a little bit more long-term. But then you look at things like freelancing work, where if it's got a low time investment, that you can really scale it up, right? And so that high earning potential, low time investment thing, which is so great for a side hustle, when you turn it into a full-time gig, it can be like, okay, if it's a low time investment, but I'm working 40 hours, you're going to be earning an incredible amount of money. And then you can start look at bringing in contractors, hiring employees, building a team, outsourcing work, and those sorts of things to really scale it, give you more of that time freedom, and earn an incredible income. So all of these things are really important to look at when you're trying to evaluate side hustle ideas and find the best way to make money, especially in your spare time. So I hope you found this helpful. Make sure you turn on the notifications, you stick around for the rest of our Facebook side hustle series. We've got some more stuff coming in. Next week, we're going to be talking about what we believe to be the most profitable side hustle out there. And then we're going to break down step by step how you can actually do that, so you can start earning $1,000 to $2,000 per month per client managing Facebook ads for local brick and mortar businesses. So check out that Facebook Side Hustle Series playlist to catch all the videos. And if you're catching this right as it comes live and they're not published yet and you're impatient, you want to get going, you want to dig into this, go to the description and check out our free email course. It's going to go cover all of the same material in written and video. You can kind of get ahead of the game. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.